got more horse racing picks. Was doing pretty good with my picks last weekend. I don't know. I can't remember overall how we did as a team, but I know the days that I showed up, we always had at least one win. So here to keep that train rolling.
Yes, that is definitely the goal, is to get winners on this show, and hopefully we start off another week. I did the math. We're up for the year so far, $338 on a $100 base wager. So we're doing good for the year, but we got to have a good week this week. We got to keep that going, guys. So, all right, with that being said, let's get it going, and let's go to the NBA to kick things off. We're going to go to Papa Dude first here. 76ers and the Celtics. Celtics 4.5-point favorites here. The total at 224.5. Papa Dude, who we like here?
We have the Celtics every time, don't we?
We do. They always end.
They're really always close. On here.
They're in close point spreads all the time.
They do, and they're one of the glamour teams. Okay, this is we don't know. Is Embiid? We never know whether his foot is sore or not. I think he just wakes up and decides his foot's sore every once in a while. And they can't win without him. So I'm assuming they're going to play tonight. He's going to play because 4.5 is not that much. Yep. Big game in Boston. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the Celtics and to get that at 4.5. They're playing pretty well. I have trouble betting the Sixers in Boston. I read somewhere this morning they've lost 16 of the last 20 in Boston. So I'm going to go with the Celtics to cover the 4.5.
Magic, what do you think? Celtics, Sixers.
I'm going to go with the Sixers. I think Marcus Smart's still going to be out, and that's going to be an issue for him. It seems like, especially with the line, you could almost go it feels like it should be a lot closer to like a pick 'em in here. So I think we're getting value at the -4.5. I know Papa Dude had that great stat about them not doing so great in Boston lately, but Embiid is should be getting a lot of MVP attention. James Harden is somehow resurgent again. Not sure. Maybe there's some really great strip clubs in Philly that's got him excited again. But yeah, I'm going to go with the 76ers here.
All right, I'm going to go Celtics. I'm going to agree with Papa Dude in this spot here. I think the Celtics get the job done tonight. I'm going to go Celtics to win this one at home. All right, let's move on to the Warriors and the Trailblazers. That's next on the agenda here. Should be a pretty good matchup tonight in Portland. Trailblazers 2.5-point favorites. This line opened at 4. Now it's down to 2.5. Total at 234.5. Papa Dude, who you like?
Well, I was going to take this as a best bet, and Steph's not going to play. Mm-hmm. So I can't bet the Warriors without him. I just don't feel good about it. And they're terrible on the road. They're absolutely terrible. They beat the Thunder, though, the other night, and they beat them quite handily, and the Thunder are pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to make it as my best bet. I'm going to pick the Warriors to win. I'm going to take the Warriors plus 2.5.
Wow. So you go all that way, and then you're going to take the Warriors.
Well, I'm not going to put it as my best bet, but I don't think Portland's very good.
Okay. So all right.
That's where I'm headed with it.
Okay. Magic, what do you think?
Check this stat out. Golden State Warriors this year, they're 3-0 in games they play on the day of a player's birthday. Guess whose birthday it is tonight? He turns 33. Klay Thompson is going to light those Blazers up like it's the old days with Rasheed Wallace and the rest of the team that was too busy smoking pot to pay attention in the NBA postseason. Warriors win, not just cover. Warriors win. Klay Thompson goes off.
Well, there you have it. That's why you tune into the show for stats like that. After that case, I'll go the Blazers to win. I'll go the opposite of that. I had the Warriors until I heard that stat. I'll go the Blazers to win tonight, and I think they cover the -2.5. They're probably going to win by double digits after the comments there by Magic. So we will see. Jason, he doesn't understand it. So.
I'm just saying, there's no way you're going to get that anywhere else. You can watch 400 of these shows today, and no one's going to know that.
No,
it's great stuff. Great stuff.
That's why you have to tune in to this one. All right, let's go to college basketball quickly here. Iowa State and West Virginia. We have a lot of Big 12 games on the show as well. Why, Papa Dude? Because low point spreads once again in these games. Iowa State on the road. I'm shocked. West Virginia, a 3.5-point favorite here, Papa Dude. What do you think here? Cyclones or Mountaineers tonight?
I went round and around on this one. A must win for West Virginia. If they win this game, they're back in the tournament picture, and they're kind of in there anyway. I think they're playing great. Iowa State is so up and down. You just don't know. And in the games, they're up and down. They'll play well. And then I was listening to some guys analyze it a little bit today. Iowa State has to shoot the ball well. And if they don't, they're in trouble. And you can say that about a lot of teams. But they depend on good outside shooting. West Virginia can shut you down. That's a great home court advantage. Will they win by 3.5? That's the key. I'm going to go ahead and take them. They're playing really well right now, and I think they're going to get this one tonight. It's hard to win at that place when West Virginia is pretty good and they're playing well. So I'm going to take the Mountaineers minus 3.5 tonight.
All right, West Virginia for Papa Dude here. Magic, who you like?
I'm going to go with you, Papa Dude. West Virginia. They're both great home teams. Iowa State's actually undefeated, 12-0 at home. They're both 2-5 on the road, and it has not gone well on the road lately for Iowa State. West Virginia's won 3 of their last 4 games overall. They've won their last 3 of their last 4 home games as well. So I'm going to go with West Virginia. The point spread does scare me a little bit. I actually just literally saw it tick up to -4. So people are watching us, Papa Dude. They went, 3.5, throw it in real hard on West Virginia. We're already moving the lines on the show.
Listen, it's probably somebody's birthday on the Iowa State team, and that means the Cyclones get the upset tonight over West Virginia. I am high on the Cyclones tonight. I think they get it done. Give me the points as well. I don't, you money line, you're risking it, I think, but at +4, especially, give me the Cyclones. I think it's going to be a really close game. Listen, I think if the NCAA tournament was played in Ames, Iowa, Iowa State would be the national champions. They are so good at home. On the road, yeah, they haven't been good. I'm not completely sold on West Virginia just yet. I think Cyclones are a little better. Give me Iowa State tonight to pull off the upset. All right, NHL, before we go to horse racing, we got a good one tonight, boys. The Wild and the Stars going to go at it in Dallas tonight. Dallas a -140 on the money line, total at 5.5. Papa Dude, where are we leaning with this Wild Stars game?
This is a good one. Have you noticed, though, the Wild's not playing very well?
Yeah, they've struggled lately. Yes.
They are struggling. I think they lost, in Phoenix? Monday night, I believe it was in Phoenix. I know they lost a game they should have won. Dallas is so good at home. They're so consistent. You got to look at the total, not 5.5. Sometimes these games are low scoring, 2-1, 3-2. So you might look at that. I don't like to bet the totals, though. I'm going to go Stars to win tonight in Dallas.
All right, Stars getting the job done tonight. What about you, Magic?
Fun stat. Both of these teams, their AHL affiliate used to be based in Iowa. Actually, the Iowa Wild still exists, but they used to be the Iowa Stars before the Iowa Wild, building off the Iowa State game. Dallas has played 4 straight extra minute games. They've got to be worn down a little bit, including they came back from the All-Star break. At least they won that one. They lost their previous 3 games all in overtime. They still, I don't think, got enough rest from the All-Star break. I'm going to take Minnesota with the upset.
Minnesota with the upset. I'll break the tie. I'll go with the Stars. I think the Stars get it done tonight. I've told you guys at home, any Dallas team, they're tough to beat, whether it's the Stars or the Mavericks. Give me the Stars tonight to get the job done. All right, let's go to horse racing. Magic, we're going to kick it off with you in this one. We're going race 9 on the card today at Gulfstream Park. It's an allowance race going 1 mile on the turf. Pretty sharp race here. Some decent runners going to line up for this one. Field of 9. Magic, who'd you like in this one at Gulfstream?
Well, so full disclosure, the 8-5 morning line favorite Frosted Oats is I do have ownership with her through my racehorse. I love her in this spot. I'm really scared about saying player at this price. She's going to get hammered. You see she was 4-5 last out when she came back from a really long layoff. Got a very impressive win. By the way, her final time when she was closing in the stretch, sub 11 fours when she was coming home in the stretch in that race. It's off of a huge layoff. Should have a big effort here. Pace-wise, it sets up for her. But at that price, I can't sit here and say absolutely player. I'm going to give you a long shot that I think actually has a really good chance to, if not win, I think could hold on for second, and maybe you could play this as a straight 8-3 exact. The 3 Daisy B at 15-1. If you can get 15-1 on her, I'd be surprised. But that morning line's pretty sharp. Filly that broke her maiden at Keeneland going 2 turns. A couple of 2-turn races last year at age 3. Didn't really pan out for her, but she does like to go to the front. There is a speed here, but it is Gulfstream turf, so the speed's going to play favorably to her. She is drawn inside of the rest of it. She's got Saez aboard. He helped Rusty Arnold break his for everything streak when it came to long layoffs last weekend with Red Carpet Ready and the Forward Gal. I think this is a great horse to use with Saez hopping aboard there. I'm still going to take my girl Frosted Oats, but I'm going to give you an 8-3 exacta here.
Well, Magic, we're kind of see this race almost exactly the same. I like the 8 on top as well. That was a really impressive effort. I think you and I watched that one together, and we were really impressed with what we saw. I have that 3 horse in third. I think that horse is well spotted today. I think 15-1 is a good price. I also like the 4 a bit in this spot as well. So we see it pretty similar. Papa Dude, how do you see it? That's the important question.
Well, I don't see any way the 8 loses. So probably something bad is going to happen. But
no.
Well, I mean, obviously the class of the race. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
Came off that long layoff and just ran great. Why wouldn't she do it again today? She's better than the rest of them. I kind of like a couple here. I like the 4 also, but here's the thing about the 4 that I would not bet. 1 for 11. I don't like horses that are 1 for 11. I just don't. When there's a really good horse in the race, so that's why I kept that one off. I kind of looked at the 5 a little bit because I think the 5's going to get out there too with the 3. And I think then the 8's going to just lay off a little bit and let those 2 get out after it and then come out and suck them under at the end. The 5 hasn't won, but it hasn't run bad either. It's been in allowance races and it's run pretty well. No. Is that the one that's been in stakes race? I think so. I think they've been in stakes. It's been in stakes races.
5's the allowance horse.
Okay. Well, it's run well in those. It's gotten better in each one. So I think it's got a chance. I think it's 6-1, 5-1, something like that. So there's one you might throw in there too. Mm-hmm. I don't bet. I like the 1 a little bit as well, but I can't pronounce the name. If I can't pronounce the name of a horse, I don't bet it. That's one of my rules. So I'm leaving him off. So I like 8, 5, 4.
Magic, since you are the owner of the 8, there we'll field a couple of questions for the owner here. The step up from State Breds, does that concern you today?
I saw the second question. That's why I'm laughing. Dennis, this is a good question. Thanks for bringing it up. It does not. She actually was supposed to go off of that long layoff from breaking her maiden straight into the Tropical Park Oaks. That race got rained off, and they said, we're not going to try the synthetic with her. We think she's definitely a turf horse. So they skipped that and went to the state bred ranks instead. But the fact that they were going to go into the open company Tropical Park Oaks with her off of that long layoff and off of just the maiden win, that said a lot to me. I'm really not concerned. There aren't a lot of world beaters here. You do have a lot of class in the 1 Ambitious, but that horse, her only win came on synthetic. She's a good horse, but I don't think she's going to be one that really threatens to win here. So not worried about that. Mark, no, it is not her birthday. It is this month though. She is a February full. So you are actually within the right parameters for this to work. Let me see if I can find her exact full day. I want to say it was like the 16th.
Okay.
Well, she's not going to run on the 16th then. So this actually is her birthday.
Yes, this is her birthday race. So hopefully
the 26th. I knew there was a 6 in it. February 26th is her full
day. She ain't
day.
running on the 26th either. She's too good.
Maybe. We'll see. All right, enough silliness. Let's go to the best bets of the day. Although silliness is all we do on this show. So Somich phoned one in today. He's still traveling. He's got the Kings -7.5 tonight, playing at Houston. And boy, they dominated Houston the other night. I think the line was only 5.5 that day. So he was a little bit sad, but he's like, listen, two more points, no big deal. I think the Kings dominate Houston today. So he's taking Sacramento -7.5 for his. We'll keep the horse racing theme going as we go to Magic. I don't know why you're doing it, Magic, but tell us your best bet today.
I'm a sucker for a good challenge. We're going to try and get this Turfway Park thing back in order. I'm still mad about the last one. Hey, listen, by the way, Turfway Park, if you want to play, they got like, $42,000 in the pick 5 carryover. This kicks off the pick 5. I think if you want to take advantage of that money that's in the pool, I think you got a free square here. The 6 Decree of Love. She's going to be a lot lower than the 5-2 morning line because I see that the 4, who was second choice at 7-2, is scratched. So this horse is probably going to get hammered pretty heavily. But you've got Mike Maker with a horse taking her lowest career drop. She broke her maiden at Kentucky Downs in a $102,000 maiden special weight. She's now in at N2L $5,000 claimers. A little bit of a drop off for her here, but she's run well going 2 turns. That last out effort, you really got to scratch off. She's going 6.5, sprinting, not her game. Sprinters were able to catch her. She also was, had to break from way outside in the 12 post. She's the only horse with speed. And I hate when I say this because this always ends up backfiring, Aaron. She's the only horse with speed in the race. Just go to the damn lead with this horse. But you've got a smart jockey in Chris Landeros, who's clicking at 20% at the meet at Turfway Park. Landeros was aboard 2 back when she had a really great effort against $15,000 claimers over the same course. She's got it. She's easily the best horse in this race on paper. Can she get it done? I say yes. Here's your free square for that Turfway Park pick 5. If you want the rest of the picks for the Turfway Park pick 5 carryover, racingdudes.com. Aaron's got you covered with that.
There you go. I like the promo there, Magic. I appreciate that. By the way, had a 7-1 picked on top of the first race at Gulfstream Park. Led every step of the way until the last. Favorite gets the job done. But we did have the exacta in the try at least. All right. To comment on the Turfway horse here, I like this horse too, Magic. So, I mean, I can't go against it as far as, hey, who's going to win this race? I think it is going to be the 6. What I will tell you, Turfway can be tricky. And I don't know about making a best bet at Turfway, but you know what? You're going to get revenge hopefully tonight at Turfway Park. Okay, Dennis says he hates that horse, so we'll see who he likes. All right, let's go to my best bet while we let Dennis reply there. I went to Gulfstream here, race 7 on the card. I went with the number 2 bestseller, and guess what, Magic? It's another Mike Maker horse, so we were relying on Mike Maker big time from the horse racing standpoint today with our best bets. Number 2 bestseller, a horse that, for lack of a better term, just looked awful. First 4 starts of the career. Dropped down to the 20K maiden level. And the big thing, got Luis Saez aboard for the first time. Gate to wire winner by 11.5 at odds of 7-1. Next time out, a 50K claimer going 1 mile at Churchill Downs. Ran pretty well. Got second, beaten 3 1/4. It was a loss, but it kind of showed, hey, we're pretty decent. We kind of proved that last race wasn't a fluke. Now this spot is really good. I think this is a perfect spot for this horse in the starter allowance ranks. The horse is not up for the claiming tag today. Saez aboard for the 3rd straight race. I like this horse. I like number 2 bestseller here as a best bet. I hope we get that 5-2 price. This horse is not the morning line favorite. I think the horse will end up going off favored. End of the day, I do like number 2 bestseller to get it done at Gulfstream. Magic, what did you think of that one?
I like it. I actually had looked at races 6 and 7 at Gulfstream for possible best bets, and this would have been my pick for race 7 here. One note to build off of something that you've talked about before on the show multiple times, I want to bring up again. When you see a horse break its maiden in for a tag, you usually like to see them take a drop down in price to succeed. Maker breaks the horse for 20. No, we're going to the 50K claimer with this horse, and we almost get it done with a horse that I still keep looking at it. I think the horse is named that one needs some mommy. I think that's what somebody needs some mommy around here. Somebody's got mommy problems naming that horse. Anyways, the horse is back in. These are 25K starter allowance horses. So you had to have started for 25K or less or be in for that tag. Not the 50K. There's a big discrepancy here, especially at the championship meet at Gulfstream. So I really like this pick, Aaron.
Need some money is the name of the horse, not mommy.
Who's got mommy issues?
Oh my gosh. I think we just learned who had the mommy issues on the show. All right. So,
I got some Rhea Ripley issues, if that's what you're talking about.
Well, now that's fair. Me too. All right. Before we go off the rails again.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go to the crazy bet of the day here. We'll see though. This is some very good value here at plus 264. Tell us about the best bet for you, Papa Dude.
Okay, before I do, I want to mention this. I don't know if you saw this. I don't imagine Magic did. Aaron, did you see the game, the high school game that was played in Oklahoma last night?
No, I have no idea about that.
The final score was 4-2.
This was a high school basketball.
High school boys.
Wow.
One of the teams was undefeated, and the other was pretty good. They weren't great, but they were average. And the team that was average held the ball, and the game ended up 4-2.
So they held the ball.
That, huh?
They held the ball the whole game.
I had to.
Wow.
4-2. And I saw it on Twitter last night, and then I turned on, the radio station I'm going to be talking about here. They're ripping the coach of the team that held the ball.
Uh-huh.
Well, why aren't you ripping the coach of the other team as well?
Yeah. Wow.
Can't you go out there and force them to do something?
Yeah, you would think. And for people that don't know, or, high school has no shot clock.
No shot clock in high school.
You can hold, there's 8-minute quarters, and you could hold it for 8 minutes if you're able to do it. Yeah.
Now they couldn't verify this for sure, the guys I was listening to, but they were pretty sure that they had the ball the entire first quarter.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
And they were 80% sure they were ahead 2-1, and the other team hit a 3 to win the game 4-2. Now I don't know whether that's true or not, but can you believe that 4-2?
That's unbelievable.
I mean, how can you sit there with a team that's undefeated and let the other team just totally control the whole thing? I mean, you've got to go out and foul. You've got to do something.
At first thought, you'd go out and foul if you couldn't get the ball away from them and try to do something. And the state was Oklahoma, Jason. And
Oklahoma
that may lead to a shot clock in the high school. I've always thought on the high school level, a shot clock is probably needed.
Here's the problem.
Even if it's 45 seconds, it would be needed.
Right. The problem with the shot clock, and people don't understand this, the technology that you need in those gyms with that shot clock costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
I remember when they went to a 25-second play clock in high school football, you got to get that installed. Yeah. And some of these smaller schools, there's so many little schools in basketball that don't play football.
Yeah.
And they're very impoverished districts. And you got to get that in there, and that costs money. You got to have those clocks on both ends of the court and the technology and everything, the wiring, all that stuff. It does cost a little bit of money. Anyway, let's get to the best bet. I got a 2-team parlay tonight. The first one is really a great game tonight. If you don't follow it, and I don't blame you if you don't, UNC Wilmington is at Charleston tonight, and that's the Colonial Athletics Association. And Charleston's been ranked for the last 5 or 6 weeks, but they're struggling just a little bit. They're 22-3. UNC Wilmington is 19-6. By the way, that's where Michael Jordan's from, Wilmington, North Carolina. 9.5 is too many, in my opinion, tonight. I think Charleston wins. It is in Charleston, but that's a lot of points. UNC Wilmington's been playing great. They've won 4 in a row. They only lost by 2 when they played them in Wilmington earlier in the year. Charleston's lost 2 out of their last 3. So that's the first part of the parlay, 9.5. I went round and round on the second part, and I went with Tulsa at Houston tonight because 28 points, I don't care what, is hard to do. It's hard to cover 28. I'm counting on Houston just kind of jacking around tonight. I think it's one of those games. They're coming off a Temple game on Sunday that was huge for them.
Yep.
They won it. Tulsa's record's not very good. Sometimes you have a tendency not to bring your A game in a game like this. And then I looked it up. Tulsa has not been blown out of a game very often this year. They play people close. If they play tonight, if they show up, I think they keep it under 28. So the value's there. Hopefully we can get it. UNC Wyoming +9 at Charleston, and then Tulsa +28 at Houston.
Charleston has been a kind of a cool story for me. When I went to Charleston last year, we saw where they played. What a cool atmosphere that has to be. Charleston, South Carolina, a very unique old town. And right in the middle of downtown, there's that arena for
really?
So, yeah, it's a really cool place. I would imagine it'd be a hard place to play, but you're getting 9.5. UNC Wilmington over the years has been the team to beat in that conference. So I think they'll come in and play a really good game. You get 28 points. Tulsa's usually a lot better than they are this year. So maybe they'll come up with a good effort.
They could get blown completely. I just kind of think Houston might get ahead and kind of coast maybe tonight, give their players a little bit of rest. This time of the year, that's important.
I kind of agree. You're going to know pretty early in that Houston game whether you're winning or losing. If they get behind 20 right off the bat, you're in trouble. So hopefully Tulsa plays well that first half, keeps it close. It's going to be I don't know. I've never seen you play at 20 plus 28, so we'll see what happens.
I like to play these high point spreads. It's hard to do. It's hard to win by 28.
Magic, what do you think of this parlay?
I can tell. I saw when I logged in to see the picks today, I saw +28, and I thought, all right, it's going to be that kind of show today. Okay.
Thanks for the endorsement. I didn't get much saying either.
I actually, all joking aside, I do like that better than the Wilmington pick just because of what you said. Houston can get up big early and then put in all the reserves, and Tulsa can scrap and claw their way to play. You've got to think they can get within 28, right?
Yeah, I kind of hope Houston does get ahead. about 16 or 17.
I think coasts, yeah. Well, we're going to find out soon enough. That'll be tonight's action. Everybody's going to be excited to watch that one. And yeah, Jason, Missouri and Oklahoma, neither one have shot clocks. I don't know about the surrounding states. I don't think hardly anybody does.
They looked it up this morning. There was about 15 states that have shot clocks in high school.
So, all right, here's the best bets for today. We'll recap them for you and get you out of here. Gulfstream Park, race 7, number 2 for me. It's 5-2 on the morning line. We'll see if we get that. Papa Dude, he's going UNC Wilmington plus 9.5. Tulsa plus 28. That parlay is paying plus 264. So that'd be a very good cash if we can get that one in. Somich, I forgot to update that. It's now 7.5. Kings 7.5 tonight, minus 7.5 against the Rockets. And then Magic is going to go to his home, Turfway Park, race number 4 on the card. He's going to take the number 6. 5-2 on the morning line, but we may get a little bit of a lower price since the scratch of another horse was a pretty low price. So we'll see what happens in that one. Yes, Dr. Tang is going to Paul in George Washington tonight for his 2 bets. So you got 2 bets there for the doc if you want to follow along with him. All right. Obviously 0 and 0 for the week. We're up $338 for the year. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow for more best bets.